of all the things that should be discussed on app, I think the security of our artists should come first. How comes Willy Paul, who is a Kenyan artist, is being mistreated in his own homeland, in our own soil? In as much as we are an East African community, there are things that we are not going to condone foolishly just because we want to maintain our decorum and stuff like that. We are Kenyans, and Kenya is our business. I think at this point in time, Willis Roboro should come out clean and tell us why exactly he allowed for the mistreatment of Willy Paul to carry on. Because as far as I know, when you invite guests over, mgeni akija nyumbani, they have to behave like guests. I don't think if there's anything to override as far as the brand Diamond Platnumz is concerned. We know he's a big artist and all that stuff, but now, how then do you now say that we also want to promote Kenyan music when we are always putting Tanzanian music ahead of us? I since the first day I set foot on Willie Paul's concerts, that guy has a lot of energy. That guy is full of talent. The best we can do is not to degrade him. And then again, if the schedule for the performance was made earlier, and that memo was shared to all the artists that were performing at the concert, be it Major, Calligraph Jones, Zuchu, and now Willie Paul and Diamond Platinums. I think each and every artist knew at what point they were coming in. Now, it's sad that the schedule changed, and then all of a sudden now Willie Paul is becoming a thorn in the flesh for some of these artists. When Diamond was leaving Tanzania, he knew he was coming to work. He wasn't coming to work for Willie Paul. Diamond was coming to work his ass off to make money at a concert because that is what he does for a living. You don't come all the way from Tanzania, you touch down on our airport, and then while you arrive, you know, when you arrive at the event, you pull stunts that are actually not good for us all. Regardless of the intelligence that you had about Willy Paul having numbers, because we all know Willy Paul has all the numbers. But then why do you change schedule and then you're telling your guys to fight our own artist or rather beat our own artist? I think that is a lot of that calls for a lot of a concern. That is not the same way we want our Kenyan artists to behave in Tanzania. I know most of us have gone to Tanzania, we've been able to perform in Tanzania, but such a thing has never been had. I don't think Diamond acted in his right, senses, or rather, that was quite disrespectful from Diamond Platinums. The next time that should be happening, I think we need to be deporting somebody back to the airport. I'm not saying that because we don't love our Tanzanian brothers. Tanzanians are our brothers, but to the point that Diamond feels threatened by Willie Paul, I don't think it should lead to an altercation. In fact, if it were me, because I've been in this game for quite some time, what I would have done as Lang Katalang, of course, I would have told Diamond to complain to the organizers, the likes of Willis Roburu, tell them to but trying to change the program and making Willie Paul look like a fool in front of his own fans, Kenyan fans, the people who raised him, the people he does his things for. You understand? I think Kenyans are in their right senses to call for sanity, especially among Kenyan event organizers. This event was not, in fact, the name of the event is Furaha, and then it turns up like this. It means we guys do not even know the thematic areas within which we should operate. Now, mine goes out to the likes of Willis Rabur. I've seen your statement, buddy, but then again, how do you release a statement and you don't even have the balls? Eh? You don't have the scrotum. You don't have you don't have the manhood to call Kenyan artists by their names. You're calling them other artists for sure. Willis Roboro, my guy. You're becoming a part of the problem. In fact, I would say you are an elephant in the room in this scenario. In this case, we need to give these Tanzanian artists and Kenyan artists a level platform within which they can, express themselves. But when we are trying to use a little force on our own artists just because Diamond Platinums is coming from Tanzania to come and tell us what to do, I think it is not right. As an event organizer, I'm quite disappointed in Willis Ruburu and team, especially for giving Diamond a chance to state what he wants. If the schedule had it that Willie Paul had to perform, then that nigga had to perform at that point. I don't know what caused Diamond to maybe feel like maybe if Willie Paul performs ahead of him, he's going to run away with fans. No. Once the schedule is out, everybody knows Diamond will be coming up on stage. So why the supremacy battle, for God's sake? And if anything, Diamond Platnumz could be a very big artist around the world in Africa. But in Kenya, we only know Willy Paul. So when Diamond comes over, in fact, Diamond is the one who is supposed to be curtain raising Willy Paul. You understand? But then again, I'm wondering how you're putting a lot of force on our own artist who is trying to grind, trying to do his thing. In as much as Diamond is coming in as a guest artist, we all know he's big. He should maintain his decorum. We need Diamond Platinums to behave like a guest artist, not a rogue artist. We're calling upon event organizers from today that no Kenyan artist should be mistreated at our home ground. I find it very, very disturbing as Katalang, and especially what message are we passing to the young artists who are growing, who are coming in? That any artist who comes from the outside to come to Kenya should be able to disrupt our own things the way we're doing things. We're used to doing things our own way. And so if we love Willy Paul, I think he's our Willy Paul to love. And Diamond should be able to accept that Willy Paul has numbers. You understand? This is not the first time Diamond Platinum is coming to Kenya. And among all the artists, why Willy Paul? He knew what Willy Paul can pull on stage. That guy is a performer. You understand? So, in fact, from where I sit, I'm waiting for, I'm waiting for an apology letter from Diamond Platinums. In fact, if Diamond Platinums doesn't provide that apology in the next 1 week, I think we should write him off as Kenyan fans. Because he needs to respect our Kenyan fans, he needs to respect us as a country, he needs to respect event organizers, he needs to respect event schedules, and when he's coming over, he should know that he's coming to perform to Kenyans. He was not coming to perform to Willy Paul. You understand? So, in as much as Diamond is a big name, there's no point of, telling Diamond lies. Tell him the truth in his own eyes. Tell him he tripped big time. My name is Katalang once again, and this is Mzuka Kibao TV.